Oh my god. Are we about to see a major Toad version of Jiraiya? Oh, Rasengan? Yo. Oh shit. Oh, he's gonna stay with him. Dude, I don't like this. Shit. What's up, everybody? What's good? We got the mans here. He's been very needy this morning. You trying to watch some Shippuden with us, Oosh? Some Shippuden? Say hi to everybody, buddy. Look at the camera. Obligated to show some Oosh. Oh, but he's already trying to jump up. But anyway, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? A little bit of a informal intro this morning. Oh, there he is. Hope y'all are doing well. We are getting into Shippuden today. Episodes, I think, 131 to 133. A good old triple drop. It's been a while since we've had a little triple drop action. It makes sense considering where we left off last time with Pain. Dude, Pain? I'm scared of Pain. He's a little intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go recap the character ratings from last time. We gave MVP to Pain, just kind of because of his power with the rain, just, I don't know, his demeanor in general, just, man's got some aura, right? For the best moment, we gave that to Jiraiya with the Naruto lore around like the ki and everything, and you know, Minato maybe purposefully sealing the Nine-Tail in Naruto for a specific reason, you know, lore with Madara Uchiha, maybe summoning the Nine-Tail, all of that. For the funniest character, we gave that to Jiraiya. You know, multiple funny moments, but I liked how he referred to Conan. He's like, I thought you died, but instead he turned into a flimsy sheet of paper. Roasting her origami. And then for the Sacco, we give that to that one Rain Genin ninja who spilled all the beans about Pain, or as much as he really knew. But yeah, y'all, this shit's going crazy. If y'all enjoy these reactions, consider dropping a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the Patreon. We're 4 weeks ahead there. Would love to have you. It's in the description. But yeah, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this. Oh god. Honored Sage mode?
そのまさかあの二大仙人を口寄せする。だがあの二人を呼ぶまでちっとばかり時間がかかる。その間この手を離すことはできん。頼む。それまで時間を稼いでくれ。わかった。武器を。
This kind of thing looks like this, like a salamander. What is this thing? A salamander or something different? Oh, a Charmeleon?
消えおったか。厄介だの。どこで見つけてきたんだあんなの。消えたとあっては結界戦術でやるしかないの。戦いにくいな。
確かあれは足を踏み入れたら感知するタイプの結界忍術ならば。
What the heck? Clumsy as I am. Oh, let's go. Let's freaking go. What is with this dude? Oh, shit. Oh, God. I don't love that. Damn. These frogs are crazy. Oh, damn, they got the eyes of Pain, too. I just noticed that. The Rinnegan. Damn, this is sick, dude. They ain't no match for this frog.
大丈夫かガマケンさん
Gamaken, I forgot.
うまくやれんもんかの
自分不器用なもんで
こいつら殴るたびに増えとるのもはや何者かすらわからん自ら
It's like a Hydra. Oh god.
客一旦場を変えんと一匹ずつやる狭い場所に誘い込むぞ
Is Pain kind of just like observing from far away?
あいたかの時間は稼げんか
Oh, trying to hide but from a bunch of dogs ain't gonna work well. Sniff you out. Ooh.
上だこれじゃキリがないの
頑張ってはいるんですがね
How long does this sage mode take?
無尽蔵に分裂するんじゃ武力のしがいがないのもう来よったかこのワンパターン目が
Dude, I love the... I still don't know. Toad frogs? Toad or frogs? They're just so cool.
大丈夫かの
Oh, shit. No.
ヤマケンさん
やっぱり自分不器用ですから
No. Damn. He's down bad, bro.
ガマケンさんが動けないんではの大仙人様を呼んどる暇はないかお手上げじゃしかしよくもこんだけ増えたものよ
I wanted to see this sage mode, though.
いやこれくらい人のみよ
The toad belly thing is too strong.
消えた犬もろともひとまず逃げたか
逃げとりゃせんなんだとまだ爪が甘いの後ろを取られるとはな
Ooh, nice.
お前も影分身か
それだけじゃない同時に
口寄せ
Bro, Pain's got some crazy summoning.
ダメか
Dang, bro.
ガマケンさん
Took a freaking huge hit. What the hell is this running?
じゃ
Oh my gosh. There's something funny about him running with both his hands together.
閉めた
Yeah, Jesus, this bird is cursed, bro.
お役ごめん やったい
Dude, that sounded like the Star Wars sound effect. Empire's like starships or whatever, like their laser blasts.
もうちょっとだだからここでやめるわけにはいかんのだが
It's interesting that they all have the Rinnegan eyes. Like, does Pain summon them in different ways? Like, is he like, actually like controlling them or something?
すまんの遅くなったお疲れさん
He's earned rest.
まったく死者を攻撃しようにも消えてしまっては手が出せんガマケンさんは何かおかしいとは思わんか
自分不器用なもんでよくわからんですが
陸道仙人と同じ目を持っていたあやつは教えた術を全てマスターしたどころか一人では本来ありえぬチャクラの
Ooh, what?
氷の全てをやってみせた
Okay, bro. So you knew he was just like a prodigy too, even outside the Rinnegan.
10歳にしてあらゆる術を使いこなした
Jesus Christ, dude, he's insane.
なのになぜ口寄せの術しか使ってこない。自分が戦うまでもないということか。
Oh, maybe he's got something up his sleeve too.
あとはわしがやる。戻ってくれ。
Damn. Oh gosh. Bunta.
久しぶりにこんなんで申し訳ありませんの。頭に姉さん。
しかしこそお主は女子にモテンをなるようでその方
Now's not a time to be thinking about the ladies. Yeah.
何せ相手がリンネガンでして。
Still want to know what Rinnegan actually can do.
ほんまにおったんかいなそんなんがまあそれなら仕方もなかろうが
Oh my god.
お二人に比べたらまだまだ。
Aw.
どうか少しの間お力添えを。では行きますぞ。
Damn, look at this form, bro. These are the, I think I remember these two toads were like around the elders, right?
先生自身に変化が起きている。オロチマルにしろジライアにしろ3人は独特の力を使う。
Sure do.
どこにおるんならその軸道の目は
You know, this made me think about Orochimaru a little bit, him mentioning him. Did Orochimaru not recognize pain at all? I guess Orochimaru never saw the Rinnegan, and he only saw when he was really young.
あちゃんあんまりまた小じわが増えるでしかしわしらを呼んでまでなんでそがのやつとジラヤちゃんがやり合わねはいけんのなら
わしのかつての教え子でしての。
そんなやつがおったとは聞いとらんぞほんならそいつも
そう。
Could be the one that causes great destruction. Yeah, these two are the toads. These little ones.
ジラヤちゃんよおじじ様はお前の夢を見られたお前も知ったの通りこれは予言じゃ
では伝えるわしの夢ではエロいだけのお主もい
Solely pervy.
その弟子は将来忍びの世に大きな変革をもたらす忍びになる
変革。
世にそれまでにない安定をもたらすか破滅をもたらすかそのどちらかの変革じゃ
Damn.
どうやら正しい方向には成長しなかったようでして、すでに死んだと聞かされてまして、この子ではないと思い込んでました。
どちらにしろ正しくなけりゃ殺さない
Oh my. Oh. Bro, the creatures in this world.
早い。
Oh. Dang, dude. That was so cool. There's something about like water that fast that it's that sharp. Just so dope. Oh Lord.
いやなめちゃこの子があの予言の子だとはの
いずれお主には大きな選択を迫
A critical selection. Yeah, that's the key point. What's the selection?
その選択次第で世の変革がどちらに転ぶか決まってしまうのじゃ。
ママ仙人よ。まさしくこれが選択。
Yeah. Gotta be something with this.
今度は人間の口寄せか。
Yeah, he's summoning things left and right, dude.
お前は破滅をもたらすものだったならば、ここで倒すのが死の役目だの。
Damn, dude. This shit's going crazy. Interesting fight so far, man. Some weird looking dudes.
3人。どういうことじゃ。
This is from the,
いるなんて、圧の術か。何かネタがありそうですの。
I was thinking like maybe they were from the little pod things, like where the other members were, or his other bodies they were switching between.
ここからは忍術を改め、戦術の
Sage Jutsu.
奥義見る。 ジライア豪傑
Oh my god.
今回は見え切りがことごとく邪魔さ
My posturing.
さっさと終わらせて帰るで。夕飯のしたくせにはならんけんな。
夕飯のことより問題はあやつの瞳じゃ。気を抜くな。最強の同日じゃぞ。
知るかい。毎日食事のこなおいばれ。
なんじゃいその言う。
Oh my.
おさ心配して言うたんじゃ。
They love to bicker, man. Classic old couple here.
どっちですかいの
Ooh.
やるな。
さてさて夫婦喧嘩はそのあたりにして
晩は唐揚げにでもするじゃわい。お嬢は油で父ちゃんはふわとんじゃ。
はいよ先方五右衛門
Holy crap, dude. It's like boiling oil.
油が消え
Chunky pain, dude.
はずじゃ。
こいつにもネタがあるんじゃろ。
Ooh. Taking off the shoes. Oh.
接近戦で確かめてみますかの
Are we about to see a major Toad version of Jiraiya? Oh, Rasengan?
超大玉螺旋丸
Yo. Interesting. You can like consume it.
術のすべてを吸収しやがるのかだからさっきも
後ろだ。後ろを取ったべ。
なんだとわしの仙人モードの攻撃を見もせずに先方毛張千本無駄な動きが一切ない。かわそうとすれば間違いなく捉えていたものを
Yeah, he's good, man.
口寄せで背後を守るとはの。しかしどういうことだ。一度ならずも二度までも掛け声もアイコンタクトもなし。仮に3人全員が感知タイプだったとしても対象がどんな攻撃を仕掛けてくるかは目視しなければ対応できないはずだ。しかも毛張千本はわしの術の中でも最も早く
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I don't know. There's something unique about the Rinnegan and being able to like use it within each body.
あいつらただの武神じゃねえの。
Even the way he was summoning things was different.
その通りじゃ。がついたか。
何がです。
さっきあいつらの背後を取りターゲットを決めて視覚から攻撃したじゃろ。あん時ターゲット以外の奴らの一人がわしらをしっかりと見とった。
Yeah, it's like he can, yeah, you can see through everything.
ましたがだからといって
His Rinnegan's everywhere.
アイコンタクトなんかの合図を送り合ってる様子はなかった。
そうか。あの目3人とも同じ目じゃ。さんがそれぞれの目にする映像を共有して見ておるとしたら。
Be OP, dude.
因で共有している。そういうこと
It's like a freaking fly being able to see all over the place. No blind spots.
一体何者なんじゃ。
やばいの。忍術を無効化されるこの状況で3人を相手にするのはさすがにきつい。まま戦闘に入ったらこの仙人モードでもまず殺される。
No, don't say that.
良いとはの。
ジライダちゃん、一旦引け。
はい。
パイプの中を通って逃げたか。
なんで逃げるんなら。
軸道を分析して策を立てるんじゃ。それには少し時間がいる。奴ら見た目は違うが全員同じ目をしとった。つまり全て陸道の倫理観ということになる。
How is that possible, though?
あのうちの一人が長門だとしてもそうゴロゴロネガンがいるとは思えんですしの。
Yeah.
一体どういうことですかの。
He must like actually cloned his body or some shit. Or it cloned his eyes. I don't know.
というのは大した問題じゃありません。それより陸道の倫理観が実際に3人おるということじゃ。
Just wait till you find out there's 3 more.
ペインとは一体何者なんだ。
What is pain? Yeah.
まだわからん。しかしほんの少しじゃが推測はできる。奴ら3人の視野は繋がってて共有しとるっちゅうことじゃ。それがあの目の能力じゃ。
要するにどういうことならや。それで何の利点があるん。
簡単に説明するとじゃ。あやつら一人一人に見えとる映像は監視カメラのよう別々の3台のカメラで撮られた映像を一度に見とるのと同じ。
That's pretty cool.
つまりじゃ、 一人でもターゲットを見ておけば他の二人は直接目視せずともベストなタイミングで攻撃や防御へ移行できる。つまり視野は人の3倍。しかも白眼と違うて運を結んでチャクラを狙んでも、互いの視覚をカバーし合っておる。
そりゃコンビネーションは最強じゃ。
Is Byakugan like the lowest of the three?
対1なら確実に勝てるんだが、そんな目を持つ奴らなら常に3人離れずのコンビネーション攻撃を基本として戦術を組むはず。体術ならまず勝てませんの。かといって忍術も全て吸収されてしまう。
体術も忍術もダメなら現実しかなかろうがな。
しかしわしは現実がおお、そういえばお二人は
奴らがジライヤちゃんのかつての弟子ならジライヤちゃんが現実を使わんことを知っとる。そこに隙ができるかもしれん。
So these two could probably use Genjutsu.
嫌じゃけんの。
やらなんですかの。
母ちゃんよ、この戦いには世界の平和がかかってバイカ
This fucking lady, dude. This lady frog.
おっしゃるので
この年が
She's a grumpy old hag.
こうできるか。こっぱずかしい。
わしらの最強の現実は
聴覚。なるほど、だから一旦引いたんですの。
そうじゃ。この現実は強力だが音を出した時点でこちらの居場所を知られるのが弱点じゃ。それに音と音の組み合わせ、つまりメロディーを聴かせて幻聴にはめるけん効果が得られるまで少し時間がかかる。相手が現実にかかる前にこちらの居場所がバレて追いつかれたら確実に負けじゃ。
Oh, it sounds risky, bro.
はめればこちらの勝ちは確実。
Nah.
お二人の命が危なくなったらすぐさま肩から消えてくだされ。
そうはいかん。この戦いには忍びの世の行方がかかっとる。
一つ案があります。一種の賭けですがの。
Tsunade gamble on the opposite. We'll be alright.
それではお二方
なんだこれは。カエルの鳴き声。現実か。
Damn, you already figured it out?
あそこの奥からか。
It's gonna make me go crazy or make me go into the Genjutsu.
影分身か。
カトン大演談。
そうきたか。
よし、賭けは成功だ。やはりあのでかいのは術を吸いに走った。最初のやつは口寄せばかり。そして術を吸収した。
So they have like different strengths.
こいつらは一個体に一系統の脳。
Okay. Makes it a little better.
今でかいやつの目は術の方へ向いている。そして一人は目を潰している。これでこっちに向いている目はたったの一つ。こっちもかかったな。動けない。
俺は読み沼。
もう少しじゃ。
さらにこれで1対1。
Come on, Jiraiya.
口寄せはさせん。
Get his ass. Dude, I'm getting so fucking nervous right now.
やられたか。
そこは精神を縛る金縛りの現実の中だ。これでお前たちの体本体は身動きできん。
Ooh.
ジライヤ先生、あんたにこんな現実があったとはな。
What happens when you got some toads on your side, bro?
談話するなと教えたはずだが、長門、お前は役目を間違え
僕はただ二人を守りたい。どんなに痛みが伴うことがあったとしても。
た。そうか。痛みで世界を導くより、痛みを乗り越えたお前の力でそれを成し遂げて欲しかった。
Yeah, move past your pain.
少しの間だが、お前だと信じていた。さよならだ。
Ooh.
終わったの。
Dude, he beat him?
大丈夫ですかの。
Damn, dude, that was a crazy Genjutsu. I don't know, I'm worried about those 3 other bodies, like in the pod
ゆっ
things.
くり休んでくだされ。これでわしの選択は終わりましたからな。
油断はするなとあんたから教わったはずだが、ジライヤ先生。
Oh, God. Oh shit.
二人腕が
分かっとります。
どういうことじゃ。
No.
さく前もって口寄せしておいたんでしょうの。
そうか、柱の現実にかかりきる前に。さてと。
Jeez, man. Oh man, this is not good, dude.
ペイン陸道ここに見参。
6 paths of pain. How are the other ones alive, though?
おいよ見てみさっきや
Yeah, how are they alive?
新しく口寄せした奴らの術か何かで。
Resurrected them?
お前は一体何者なんだ。
ペイン、これは俺たち6人全員を指し示す呼び名だ。
Hmm.
なぜ6人ものリンネガンが。お前は
Did he recognize Yahiko's body, like face, or? Because I still feel like the main one is Yahiko's body. Dude, this is not good though. Him losing a fucking arm is not looking good. Oh.
嫌な雨が続くな
Oh no.
冗談だ冗談。お前には感謝してる。
I had a little theory last episode that this rain was caused by pain. He's spying on them already.
帰ってこない私はそっちにかけた私の賭けは必ず外れるからな
I sure hope so. Let's hope that bad luck continues. I don't know, man. It's not looking good. Losing a freaking arm in this kind of fight, I think you're kind of screwed, man.
男は振られて強くなる。
He can't, like, make seals anymore, right?
幸せなんてな男が求めるもんじゃないの。
かっこつけやがって帰ってきたらそろそろかごつかなくさせてやるかな
ペイン、お前は一体何者なんだ。
ペイン、それは俺たち6人全員を指し示す呼び名だ。
Yep, it is Yahiko. Damn, bro.
ヤヒコなのか。
ああ、いたな、そんなやつも。とっくに死んだよ、そんなやつ。
一体どういうことだ。ヤヒコは死んだんじゃ。それにその目。
俺にヤヒコの面影を見たか。やはりかつての死ではある。だがすでにヤヒコは死んだ。ここにいるのはペインだ。
そんなへりくつはいい。
Yeah, for real.
を持っている。
どういうことじゃ、ジラヤちゃん。
かつての弟子の一人があの中にいます。その子はあの目を持ってはいなかった。
一体何がどうなっとるんじゃ
Tarnation.
おるんか
いや違う。リンネガンを見て最初のやつをナガトだと思い込んでしまったが、わしが知るナガトとは違和感がある。
Mm-hmm.
あの6人の中にナガトの面影を感じるやつは一人。 それなのにヤヒコの面影を持ち、ナガトのリンネガンを持つ者がいる。
That's a little bit of a wrench in it.
ナガトなのか。お前らは一体何なんだ。
我々はペイン。
I don't want to know if you're pain. I want to know if you're Yahiko or Nagato.
神だと。ヤヒコ、なぜお前がナガトの目を持っている。
そんなことを知っても我々には
勝てん。
So is it Yahiko instead? What the fuck? Why does he have missiles? Jesus.
小僧諦めなさい
ガスキを見つけて差し違えてでも。
Stop saying that shit, dude. Sheesh. That'd be terrifying.
ここは結界か。胃液。
螺旋丸。
Yes.
やったのをジラヤちゃん。
Dude, he does not look like he's in good shape. No, dude.
死んだか
結界に引きずり込んでやっとで一人か。
大丈夫か小僧
なんとか。
Jeez, dude.
体がチャクラが乱される。これか。
ねえ、正体も奇妙じゃけどの武器まで奇妙なものを使うてくるわ。
あいつらはもうただの人じゃあらへんの何か別のもの
God.
でも彼の顔をよく知らないし、実際には存在しないんじゃないかと噂する者さえいる。
あの顔、奴は間違いなくヤヒコだ。それなのにナガトのリンネガンを持っていた。
Yeah, it's a mystery, dude. Yeah, that was my first theory, was that Yahiko stole it from Nagato. But I thought that kind of like got disproven last set of episodes.
それにだがそういう痛みをしているからこそ人に優しくできることもある。それが人だ。
それってどういうこと？
成長するってことだの。
成長するってつまり
I forgot about this part.
どうするか自分で考えることだ。
ここでは人が死にすぎる。
Yeah, this connection between those two lines.
ありこいつが長とか。
Wait, what?
そうだ思い出した。こいつは長となんかじゃない。どうした？
That's that guy?
前に一度手合わせしたことがある。
Dude, what the frick?
に従って旅を始めた。
I did not expect this guy to come back into play at all.
でそんな奴がここにおるんなら
いずれお主には大きな選択をせ
わしはどうすればいいんですか？正しく選択するには。
夢では本を書いておったな。
まさか予言の通りならわしはもう一度奴らの前に出確かめたいことがあります。お二人はお帰りください。
何？
ダメだ。次出ていけば必ず殺される。
Yeah, dude, he's already fucked.
二度も通じる相手じゃありへんど。奴らをこっちに気づいとらんのじゃけん。逃げるなら今しかない。
今出て行けば殺されるかもしれませんがの。だが敵の正体をつかめるかもしれません。この気を逃したらもうここまでペインに近づける者は多分おらんでしょう。正体を見抜くチャンスは今しかない。
Yeah, this truth might be important to be able to beat him at some point.
大釜仙人の予言された選択の時。
This is the decision.
情報とこのペインの死体を持って帰ってくだされ。して綱手に。
それはじゃんだけで十分じゃ。
しかし
晩飯までに戻りんさい。
ああ、終わった。
Oh, he's gonna stay with him.
教会に帰る。
Dude, I don't like this.
ありがとうございます。
Shit. Dude, it's each one. What the fuck?
全員わしの会ったことのある忍びだ。
How? I'm so confused. What a prophecy, man. This guy freaking called it hard.
そうか、わかったぞ。ペインの正体。
遅かったな、気づくのが。
Oh, dude.
ペインの正体、頭に伝えなくては。ダメだ。喉を潰されたか。くそ。これではダメだ。
Dude, no.
わしは死ぬのか。失敗なのか。
Dude, I hate this shit, dude. This is terrible. I don't like this. Of course, we're gonna get a freaking flashback too, which is gonna make it way worse.
ではなく死に様の世界。
Oh my god, stop, man.
死ぬまでに何をしたかでその価値が決まる。思い返せばわしの人生は失敗ばかりだった。綱手に振られ続け、友を止めることもできず、弟子と死を守ることもできなかった。おかげたちが成した偉業に比べれば、わしのしてきたことは取るに足らぬくだらぬことばかり。
Oh, dude, that's sad. Don't think that way.
歴代ほかげたちのように死にたかった。物語は最後の結びの出来で決まる。失敗も意表、その試練が己を磨いてくれたと信じ生きてきた。
It's true, man.
そのはずだった。だがその結び、死に様がこれか。大釜仙人はわしを変革者を導く者と予言した。忍びの世界の安定と破壊に関わる大きな選択をする者と。ここでペインを倒し、暁を止め忍びの世界を。
Yeah.
情けないの。これがジライア豪傑物語の結びだと。
Yeah, just a sad ending, dude.
あらぬ物語だった。
いや、そんなことはないです。この物語は素晴らしいです。エピソードが先生の数々の伝説になぞらえてあって、何か自伝小説っぽくてこの本の主人公、最後まで諦めなかったところ。
I hope we get more flashbacks of Minato, man. I want to see more of his life.
そうかな。
で、俺思ったんです。今度生まれてくる子供もこんな主人公みたいな忍びになってくれたらいいなって。だからこの小説の主人公の名前いただいてもいいですか？
おい、そんなんでいいのか？ラーメン食いながら適当に決めた名前だぞ。
ナルト、素敵な名前です。
あったくったわしが名付け親かの。
Why do they have to show me this again right now, dude?
先生だからこそです。
It's just killing me.
この忍びの才能を持つ立派な忍者であなたほどの忍びはいませんからね。
そうだ、そうだった。わしはあの子に。
俺ってば火影になる。とんでもってどの火影をも超える火影になるんだ。
That's one of my favorite arcs of classic Naruto, man.
それが俺の人道だ。
ナルト、お前はあの小説の主人公通りだ。港とクシナの思い
Yeah.
ちゃんと受け取っていた。それなのにわしは。
先生だからこそです。本当の忍びの才能を持つ立派な忍者であなたほどの忍びはいませんからね。
It's one of a kind, man.
忍者とは忍び耐えるもののことなんだよ。一つてめえに教えといてや。忍びの才能で一番大切なのは持っている術の数なんかじゃねえ。大切なのは諦めねえど根性だ。
Keep moving past your failures, man.
そしてどんな時も諦めない。それがお前の人道ならナルトよ、わしはそのお前の師だ。弱音を吐くわけにはいかんの。なぜなら弟子の人道は師匠譲りと相場は決まっとるな。そうだろうナルトよ。の
両手吹き返したのか。ジラヤちゃん。
真の像は止まっていたはずだ。
よし。
諦めねえ。それこそがわしの取るべき本当の選択だった。
さすがにしぶといが片付ける。
確かに受け取ったけんな。
ダイイングメッセージ暗号化したか。
ナルト、予言の子は間違いなくお前だ。あとは全て託すぞ。
カエルには逃げられたか。
ジライア豪傑物語。これでチターンマシになったかの。最終章。胃の中の蛙大会で散るの巻か。ほどほどにあっぱれあっぱれ。さてそろそろペンを置くとしよう。お、そうだ。続編のタイトルは何がいいかの。
Dude, I'm freaking dead inside right now.
渦巻きナルト物語。それがいい。
Oh, dude. Listen to the frogs. Some good details, subtle details there, man. Y'all, I'm in pain right now. I'm suffering. I literally, my heart's, just in my stomach. Alright, y'all. Damn. I mean, it was foreshadowed. I honestly had prepared myself for this, but I don't know, man. Just, I feel really torn up. I like the meaning behind, of course, the selection and putting his faith kind of in Naruto to be the revolutionary more than Pain, but man, at the same time, it's just I can barely even think about that stuff right now because of just Jiraiya, man. Jesus Christ. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and talk about these heavy episodes, man. It's been a couple days since I've watched these episodes. I kind of did that on purpose. A lot of times these big episodes, I usually kind of want to let it sit a little bit longer. I kind of did the same thing with the Shikamaru episodes with the shogi scene, for example, where there's so much more meaning there, But this time I almost was forced to do it too, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, after I watched this, that rest of that day, I was like devastated, man. I was torn apart. Like I was like at work working and just like, I don't know, like I was just, there was like a piece of me missing, you know, not to be dramatic, of course, but like, I don't know, like I felt empty, you know, like there was, you know, I just like lost something. And, you know, like it was obvious that Jiraiya was going to get killed off. You know, they definitely foreshadowed it very directly. But despite that, it's still so heavy to see. And it's not just because Jiraiya has been such a good character thus far in the series. I think, you know, he's always kind of been that mentor figure for Naruto and, you know, good comedic relief, wholesome still at the same time. And so, you know, in classic Naruto, you get a good picture of who Jiraiya is and you get attached to him. But throughout Shippuden now, with this kind of arc we've had here with his backstory and everything, it gives such like a different perspective and grows your appreciation for who Jiraiya is as a character even more. And I think that's what makes his death so much more impactful, is the meaning behind all of it, and who Jiraiya really is as a person. So yeah, it's been tough, and I've rewatched this episode once with Bethany, and then I've rewatched it, you know, a couple times to take notes, just to kind of really try to, you know, let it hit home here for me. But you know, I'm gonna give you all kind of my perspective of how I interpreted all this. At least at this point, I think there's a lot of theories to be made around Pain himself here, but let's start by kind of talking about the prophecy a little bit and what it really means, at least at this point. You know, I think throughout this confrontation with Pain, we're led to believe as an audience, or the most like direct way of interpreting this prophecy is that Pain is this revolutionary. Pain is the one who will bring about either great destruction or peace, and he's gone down a path where obviously he's kind of looking for more destruction to bring about peace, I guess. So it's kind of a little vague in his ambition here, his goals. But you know, this selection that is necessary that will determine what the result will be from Jiraiya is, you know, we're led to believe that it's Jiraiya making the decision to kill Pain, right? To save the world from Pain's destruction by killing him. And I think that's like the most like direct and obvious way that it could be interpreted. But I love kind of the twist at the end, you know, as Jiraiya is on his last little bits of life here, he reflects on his life a little bit more, you know, on Jiraiya the Gallant and what the end of his story would be. And he just thinks back about how, you know, most of his life was just a lot of failures. And he's always has viewed these failures as like, you know, trying to just take them in as a learning experience, right? I think he says, what did he say specifically? He said, failures must be seen as mere amusements. They are trials which hone your skills. I really like that line in general. We can talk a little bit more about that in a bit, but you know, he took that and kind of was like, well, I will learn from these failures, and one day I will accomplish something great as a splendid ninja. Kind of like how like the prophecy foretold, right? But here on his, you know, last breath, he has yet to accomplish something grand, something spectacular, something that he really always thought he would. Something like the Hokages dying and, you know, for a really beautiful cause, you know, sacrificing themselves to save the village. You know, he compares himself to all these great ninja who have done something so tangible to, you know, to die for. And for him, he's here dying, not alone. He's got the toads right there with him, or one of them with him. But in that moment, it feels like he hasn't accomplished anything. It's really tragic to see that. But as he reflects back on his life, he also thinks about Minato reading his book and how, you know, Minato's words of like the ninja in this book really represents Jiraiya really well. The determination to never give up. You know, it's like inspiring, right? Like to see a character like that, like Naruto in this story, or Naruto literally in like how we've watched him, or Jiraiya and how we've watched him in his backstory here. So many trials to go through, and yet have the determination, the guts to never give up. to not go back on your word, right? And we've seen this theme kind of go on through Naruto as a story, but as in Naruto as a character throughout classic Naruto and up until this point. You know, there's been many trials that Naruto has had to go through that he's learned kind of this determination through. And some of that's been through Jiraiya's training itself, right? You know, I think back about him learning Rasengan and all the trials he had to learn there, and how Jiraiya didn't just hold his hand the whole time, right? He had to really work through his failures to learn a very difficult jutsu. And that decision to never give up, that ends up really being what the critical selection is. And it's not just a critical selection, it's multiple decisions, multiple selections, multiple decisions to never give up. You know, and it's not just about Naruto, it's Jiraiya has always never given up, you know, and each of those shinobi he met in trying to find the revolutionary, each of them had different perspectives, and Jiraiya felt like he was just failing, but he kept on sticking to this prophecy, taking it with utmost seriousness and continuing to strive to to do his part in this prophecy. And I love how that's kind of the meaning of it, right? Is that, hey, like, it's not always a big, grand, tangible selection like the Hokages sacrificing themselves to save the village. Sometimes it's just, hey, the small actions or decisions you make in difficult times accumulate to inspire or to pass down your will to somebody else who might do something more tangible. It doesn't always need to be so tangible, like a tangible result. You being strong for yourself by overcoming your failures and becoming stronger and instilling those values into the people around you, inspiring them through that, is such a beautiful way to, I think, tie up Jiraiya's character and his impact. You know, he's a writer. He inspires people through his writing, inspires people through his teachings and who he is, and both those things kind of tie together in, his Tale of a Gutsy Ninja. And I just really love the meaning of that, because I think it's something that a lot of humans struggle with. You know, I know I struggle with it. It's like, you know, a lot of times it's hard to feel proud of yourself or good about yourself or inspired or any of these things without like getting a tangible result, you know, without the world or reality kind of like, yeah, good job, you're on the right track. Sometimes you just have to have faith that you are doing the right thing morally, and for your spirit, for who you are, right? Like, you know, when nobody's watching, are you going to do the right thing? Like that. And a lot of times, like, you know, whether you choose the right or the wrong thing, there's not really a tangible result to be like, okay, yeah, like you should have made that decision. It's all internal to you, right? Like, you need to be able to be proud of yourself for making the right decisions, to never giving up, to not letting your failures overcome you, not letting your pain overcome you. And I think that connects really well to, you know, just this this theme of pain that we're kind of taking on here, both as a character, but also in the story as a whole right now. You know, like, we all kind of have a choice of what we do with our pain, what we do with our failures. You know, failures are painful. It's a form of pain. Now, obviously, that's not all pain is. Pain is much deeper than just failures. But, you know, if we take failures as an example, you choose what to do with your failure. You can succumb to it and kind of wallow in your failures, or just be like, oh, that is what it is. Or you choose to learn from it and to grow past it, to transcend that failure. And I think that's something that we're seeing here with Pain's character to a degree. Now, it's not just about failure for Pain's character, it's more about suffering, you know, like loss, grief, all these different things. But even for those, we all choose to grow our perspectives from those things, to live through them live healthily through them versus, you know, kind of repressing it or expressing your pain into the world, projecting it into the world, right? You know, obviously, Pain as a character is somebody who's internalizing and projecting the pain and into his perspective of what the problems of the world are. And I think that makes sense. I think a lot of people do that. You know, I think, you know, it's funny. I think about myself these days. I've always been very much like an optimist. You know, I'm very optimistic about humanity, about the good in people. But you know, I won't lie, like the state of the world recently has really made me a lot more cynical. You know, just I see so much dysfunction in humanity. You know, like there's so many people in power who are greedy, who are just not that good of people. And, you know, you see this in large organizations and industries across the board. There's even good people who are in those organizations, but like, it's like when we all, you know, give a certain level of power or authority to big organizations, that it brings out the worst in human nature. And I won't lie, I've gotten like really cynical about these things. I've become much more pessimistic. And this story or this arc for Jiraiya has really made me like want to take more ownership of that pain, right? Like that, you know, I can like internalize that pain, that realization that, hey, there's so much dysfunction out there. There's so much human greed. There's so much wrong with human nature. But I can also take that and to learn from it and to overcome that pain in a lot of ways, to be bigger than it, to, you know, inspire people like Jiraiya is doing by not succumbing to it, by continuing to still have a positive outlook or an optimistic outlook, you know, and not unreasonably, right? Not unrealistically, like, you know, you can just be overly positive about things. You still need to be grounded in reality that there is cruelty out there is pain out there, but you don't help the situation by just becoming cynical. Then you're kind of becoming part of the problem, you know, you're kind of just adopting to the system kind of thing. So I don't know, for me, it kind of hits pretty deep, you know, like it makes me think a lot about myself and my own actions, my own perspectives on life. And it makes me want to be a lot better, you know, I've been inspired by Naruto a few times, like the whole not going back on your word. I think that's something that I really get inspired about too, because I think it's something I struggle with sometimes, is like just like integrity, right? You know, a lot of times I want to, you know, make a grand decision, be like, okay, I'm going to do this in my life, I'm going to do that, and ultimately I can't like hold myself accountable to those words. And, you know, I've been inspired by Naruto not giving up before, and this is kind of like another layer of that, where who Jiraiya is as a character and how he has passed down his own attitudes, his own willingness to never give up to Naruto. It makes me like want to hold even more responsibility to myself, right? Like if I'm not holding myself accountable, if I'm not learning from my failures, then the people around me, the people in this world, are going to be no better either, right? Like somebody needs to take that responsibility to inspire the people around you in the next generation to be even better, right? Like that's how we become better as humans. We don't crumble to our suffering and our pain. We take it in and own it and heal from it and become stronger from it. We grow up, we become more mature. We don't try to become a god through pain. But yeah, y'all, really beautiful writing. I can't say enough how much I really love the twist at the end there. And, you know, during the reaction, I honestly couldn't put it all together in my head at the time, because I was just in suffering, right? Like I was really destroyed by Jiraiya dying. But, you know, rewatching it a few times has really just hit home the meaning of it all for me. And I'd be really curious on how this writing impacted y'all, if y'all had any similar perspectives, or if it impacted you in different ways. I would love to hear that in the comments below. I think this is a really cool one to talk about. Let's talk a little bit more of like, you know, just the fight in general, pain, and the 6 paths. Lots of very interesting stuff. One off the bat, I really want to say that I really love the composition of the fight in general. It has to be probably one of the coolest fights we've had, in general Naruto. You know, the Kakuza and Hidan fight was really cool. I loved the balance of that fight. This one, very different than that one, but honestly, like the scale, like the intensity and scale of it is way grander, obviously. And I wasn't expecting to love the Toad Sage mode so much, like the Pa and Ma, and even though they're kind of like goofy and like the mode, it looks a little goofy too. It's so freaking cool, man. Like I love how strong Pa, Ma and Ma are. Like just the different like techniques they have, like the moment, of course, when Ma just like, you know, finds the what's the word for it? The chameleon or whatever, the lizard that can hide itself, and then Pa just shoots the stream of water and cuts it in half. I don't know. There's just like there's some strength in like their wisdom as these old sages, right? Really cool. And then of course like the genjutsu part was sick. Like you can just see how strong they are with Jiraiya too, and it almost kind of puts in perspective how strong Pain is, because Pain is, at the end of the day, he pretty much beats them with, I don't know, he has to bring out all 6 eventually, but he does beat them without just 6v1 kind of thing, right? I mean, I guess at the end of it, it's kind of like that, but the fact that like they could drive Pain into a corner to, make him use more of his clones, right? I think it's a testament to just how strong that Toad Sage mode is, those Elder Sages, and I don't know. I just really loved kind of the intensity of all of it, with how strong Jiraiya and them are and how strong Pain are. It's just so cool, the scale of it. It's amazing to watch. All right, let's get into maybe some like theory making time here. I want to talk about the 6 paths of Pain a little bit, because it's probably by far the most mysterious thing so far, and where I really don't quite understand where it's going. I have ideas, but like they're not even theories really. They're kind of more of like guesses. Like I can't even say it's like a real theory. But let's talk about the reveal first. The whole part that each of these different versions of Pain are different ninja or shinobi from Jiraiya's traveling. There's the one Kuma clan ninja, he cuts on the head, right? That's actually the one version of Pain that they do end up killing. There's the kind of the educator one. There's like the chunky one who is just complaining all the time. There's the one who's like an educator, and then there's Yahiko as well. And I think it's really, really it makes me very curious about how this is the case, right? Because the most immediate like question I've always been asking since we've met Pain and kind of learned the backstory of Nagato and Yahiko and them is, okay, hey, is it Yahiko or Nagato? And you see Jiraiya kind of struggling with this too. I think obviously Nagato is within all of these people. The Rinnegan is within every single one of them, so it's got to be Nagato to some degree. But they all have Yahiko's colored hair though, so there's something mysterious going on where like both of their beings are tied to these different people. But why is it these 6 different shinobi along Jiraiya's travels, right? Like this was like part of the prophecy, is like Jiraiya, kind of encountering these people. And so like maybe who Pain is something bigger than just Nagato and Yahiko, right? It's had to be somebody who knew of Jiraiya's, experiences with these people. Maybe it could be someone who's using Nagato and his Rinnegan or something. Or it's either that or Nagato had to have like heard about all these shinobi or something through Jiraiya telling him about it. But I doubt that's the case. I think it's more of like someone or something within the prophecy itself, or something knew kind of the pathway Jiraiya was going to go on, or was observing Jiraiya's interactions with these shinobi who all experienced different forms of dealing with pain in the world, or the war of the time that which caused pain. It's, I don't know, it's so interesting, man. Like I really don't know how to, where to take it from here, like how that could actually happen. Like, is it like an external person, like somebody else outside this whole equation, or is it like a being, or maybe the sage himself, right? The sage of the 6 paths. And I think we don't really get confirmation that there's been multiple Rinnegan users. There's just this like theory that the sage of the 6 paths was like the father of all ninjutsu, right? So maybe it's like some kind of spirit or something like that kind of gets passed down to people in certain times, right? And maybe that's like part of the prophecy, or this integration with Nagato, and like each of these different shinobi we met, including Yahiko, each had like a different way of like interpreting what was necessary during the time. One would ride the wave of war, right, and use it as an opportunity to get money. One would, educate people to survive and overcome, or to educate them to survive. One of them just complained about the times. One of them, Yahiko, used that as an excuse for survival, to steal food and whatnot, right? And then, the one Fuma clan ninja was like, killed or be killed kind of thing. So, maybe there's some kind of like connection with like what their pain means to them, and how that encapsulates pain as like a thing or as a person as a whole. I know that's very abstract, but like that's kind of all I can point to right now, is that like each of these are different representations of pain that have to be overcome or something. I don't know, it's so like mysterious. It's still so mysterious. I love Pain as a villain right now, just because of how ambiguous he is. The mystery goes hard with it. Even though, it's funny because we are getting so much more information. We've met each of these different ninjas, but yet it's still so mysterious. I think that's really brilliant. One other small detail too was like even the guy who, well, I guess a couple things, right? One is each of these versions of Pain can only do one jutsu type. I think that's kind of an important little piece of information. We also see that they're able to revive the ones who are killed. So there's some kind of weird, reanimation or some other version of reanimation jutsu going on here. And we also see too that, the one that can just summon ones, right? Each of the beasts that he summons has the Rinnegan eyes. They're not just normal beasts that he's summoning. They're all almost a little cursed in some ways. Like the bird one especially looked a little weird, but like even like the Charmeleon and I think there was another one that looked a little weird, but the wolves, like the wolf things or the dogs weren't that weird looking. I mean, they had unique powers, but there's a lot of weird things going on with it. And to me, like the Rinnegan like eyes have to be like Jiraiya said, it can't just be that many Rinnegan users. There's something that allows Nagato or whoever Pain really is to share the eyes amongst each other, and I really have no clue what it could be. And maybe it's a jutsu technique we haven't heard of. Maybe it's something like a technology. We do see them in all those pod things a few episodes ago, or maybe both. But there's something really weird going on with it. And they even mentioned like the weapons he used, like when Jiraiya got stabbed and how it like affected his chakra, There's something really mysterious going on. And I feel like there has to be more to like the Sage of the Six Paths and like what he was really like, or she was really like, for us to know what Pain is today. So I'm sure we'll get more as this goes on, but as y'all can tell, I'm very invested to discover who Pain is. This is really, really fun. All right, let's go ahead and do the character ratings. For MVP and best moment, I gotta give it to our boy Jiraiya, man. One last time, well, maybe not last time. I've definitely have given MVP character ratings in general to people who have died before. I don't know if I've done it in Naruto as a series, but I've done it in other ones for sure. But yeah, man, I can't say enough how much I love the meaning of Jiraiya's story arc as a character arc. What it means for Naruto as a character, because that Naruto is going to intake this spirit of never giving up, right? Of the decisions that Jiraiya has made, those critical selections to never give up, and instill that into his student Naruto, for Naruto to probably make the same decision at multiple points. And he has made the decision at some points, but to continue to make that decision to probably defeat Pain, this destruction that could come. I just love that was like the meaning of all of it. It really makes Jiraiya's character that much more special. For the funniest character, I'm going to give that to Ma. I thought her banter was really funny, really goofy. I mean, honestly, all like the three of them together, Ma, Pa, and Jiraiya, like maybe I could just give it to Sage mode. I don't know, Honored Sage mode, if that was an entity. But I'll give it to Ma. But all of them together were hilarious. I just really enjoyed their dynamics together, and also they were just really cool too. And for the Sacco, I mean, I could give it to Pain, but honestly, like all the characters in this these episodes were sick, man. I can't, even though Pain kills Jiraiya, I can't hate him for it. Like, it's just such a cool part of the story. Like, I'm not gonna hate on anything here. It's just so good. But yeah, y'all, I think that'll do it for these episodes. Amazing stuff here. I really want to hear y'all's thoughts on this. Let me know how y'all kind of interpreted all this, how, you know, I don't know if it affected you all in the same way it did for me to kind of like inspire me in real life to some degree, but I would love to hear if it has, or even if it hasn't, just kind of your perspective on Jiraiya's character and the meaning of him. Really appreciate y'all being here to watch with me. I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you're new, consider dropping a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Follow on for more. Feel like we got a journey ahead of us still with Pain, so would love to have y'all here for it. And yeah, appreciate y'all being here. I will catch you for the next episodes. Peace.